Yeah, dude, you don't talk. You got.
Yes, I do, bro. Rewatch the fucking footage.
I don't have. All right, Spaceman and Triller. Do you guys talk? Do you hear him talk?
Not really.
Not really, right?
Talk more.
All right, bro.
You don't really talk, man. Like, you don't call out.
No, yeah, he's trying.
I don't know the call-outs, man. I'm trying.
It's right there on the compass rose. Yeah. You can even make up. You'd be like, he's in that broken building in the middle. Give me something. Don't drop the controller and look at your phone. That's the worst way to play this game.
I'm not, bro. I'm just paying attention to the game. I'm trying to win, just like you.
Yeah, I'll give him another chance. Because he actually has his mic. The other two guys, like, Trent couldn't play. Like, he literally, he did not belong in our lobby. And the Snuggles guy just had a bad attitude. Like, he was constantly, like, trash talking and stuff. Like, the rule of thumb is, when you win, say nothing. When you lose, say less. Miss you back in the PK days. Well, I should be on PK here soon, son. I gotta get that 1,000, son. Boy, Jordan,
it was more than that you was asking for.
Well, dude, damn, they got me right here at land taxes, son. I need that 1,000.
So you can go.
Where are you going back on?
I hate this map.
Are you going back on Wings?
I don't know yet. I mean, but like, I talked to Kelly about it. I need to see the clip where they ask about, like, I don't know what the Newlywed Game even is.
So you were like, what? They also moved her nipples into a more masculine position. Bro, that part is like, I'm on the fence about, I'm on the fence about kids taking hormone blockers, but like you shouldn't be able to get any surgery until like you're at least 18. I feel. My question is did she get this done in California? Because no, it doesn't say it says she lived in California. I'm trying to find out if she actually got this procedure done in California. Because rich white girls, if she's a rich white girl and they decided to fly her to like the fucking Philippines or something, I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm just wondering where she got it done. Because I just feel like I feel like they actually let her get this done in California? Oh, she's from Ohio. Okay. Felt really isolated at school. I turned to the internet. She resided in real life. First year was following her friends at school. However, online she found a community. Well, okay. My dysphoria was definitely triggered by this online community. Never thought about my gender or had a problem with being a girl before I went on Tumblr. There might be a level of truth to that. Like there's like a level of truth to there's a level of truth to environment having an impact on like anything really. We talk about it all the time, right? We just don't talk about it when it comes to trans people for the most part. We know that people who grow up in racist areas have a higher chance of being racist, right? We know that people who grow up in more trans-affirming areas have like a higher chance of being able to express themselves properly, but there probably are spaces in general that might make people feel like they're trans when they're not. To be accepted in a community. That's not trans people's issue. That's more of a conversation about how some people are depressed and they will gravitate towards a community to feel accepted, despite even though it might hurt them in the long run. Which is again why we need to do a really good job of making sure we properly diagnose these issues. So okay.
And as a young person, what we call a former trans kid who detransitioned after undergoing years of puberty blockers and an irreversible double mastectomy at age 15. Obviously, giving a double mastectomy at age 15 is pretty serious business.
Yeah. this.
I would
Shouldn't be
assume
able to do
that there was some kind of threat of unaliving or something.
I just feel like there's 15. There's no way. I don't know, bro. Like, that's crazy. Somebody should get sued for that. I don't know, man.
Or a level of intervention at that young of an age. But I just don't know, right? I don't know the story.
Yeah, it does feel
What's
a little
interesting
fishy,
is
though,
I've been reading a lot about her and seeing her on Fox News talking to Tucker Carlson. If you go down to this Slate article, you can find out about Chloe Cole. They says there are detransitioned people whose stories have been presented that way by reporters, but the stories that go viral turn out to have been cleaned up, the untidy bits, where the detransitioned person explains they believe they experience gender dysphoria the same way other trans people do, and decided to detransition due to their newfound moral or ideological beliefs. This group includes Chloe Cole.
Okay, interesting. Well, I don't know that you can absolutely assert that. What they're saying right now is that these people do have gender dysphoria, but because they basically found God or something, that they reject themselves and hate themselves so much that it was a bad choice. I don't think that it's good to just write all this shit off as saying that. I think that there's probably people who legitimately go through transitions and end up, like, regretting it. She might have gender dysphoria. The doctor might have pushed a little too hard towards affirming that, where she needs to explore a little bit more. There's a conversation to have about the atmosphere that she was in. I just wouldn't write it all off as like, no, she hasn't. She's just lying to herself and us. Like, it seems like too easy of a cop out. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
It does add a little bit of an interesting film over it when you realize it's because they found God or something and fell in with the crowd that says, well, being trans is inherently evil. She's
or maybe she's like fell out of the crowd that was like overly affirming when it comes to it. Like, again, trans people exist, but there is a environmental factor to everything in our lives. So,
gender affirming care at all, right? So she's against all trans care. It sounds like she testified during a Florida bill that would deny Medicaid coverage for any form of gender affirming care for any trans people, right? So that's a little crazy, right? How are you going to advocate against full gender affirming treatment for any age? Like, that's silly, right? So, okay, Jordan.
I think it's different start to this. Lawsuits, absolutely. Yeah. Or jail sentences. So, it's absolutely appalling. This is part of the reason I felt like I've been at war for 6 months.
It's so crazy that what you're saying here, although it's backed by the literature, it's obvious you have an expertise in this area. Mm-hmm. This is labeled as
and I mentioned that before. He should have more of an understanding of his mental health issues. But let's be explicitly clear, he doesn't have an expertise when it comes to trans people. He has a general expertise in a more specific, specified field. So I just want to be very clear. It's in his realm, but he does not have a specific expertise in this. Just being very clear. Okay.
It's transphobic.
I love Jordan Peterson's
area. This is labeled as transphobic.
I love Jordan Peterson's the expert in trans issues. Well, the reason that someone might say is transphobic, in fact, I'd be willing to say that, it's either intentionally or ignorantly, negligently misleading. It's dishonest, right? And so, wouldn't that be considered transphobic? But I defer to Jordan Peterson, the expert in trans issues.
Yeah.
Transphobic.
Well, it's even worse than that, because the data, and this was known,
the mama,
let's say 10 years ago before this all became an issue. Ken Zucker in Toronto, he was the world's leading authority on transgenderism. He divided it into two parts. There's the autogynephilic types. Those are the guys who get sexual kicks from dressing up in women's clothing and then go do drag queen story hour.
That's not trans people. So just the fact that he thinks that, first of all, most people that do drag don't do it for sexual gratification, and they don't dress up to fucking read to kids. They don't jerk off to that. Are there some crazies? Sure, right? But there's also bad people of any community. That's stupid. Okay, I doubt nobody's going through a transition because it's a sexual fetish. If you think that, God bless you, but you are dumb as a fucking rock. Nobody's people dress up like girls to jerk off for sure. I jerk off to those people. They make porn. But, that's not trans people, okay? Let's not pretend. That's just a stupid thing to say, okay? It's just a fucking profoundly dumb thing to say. Let's not be that fucking stupid. So, yeah. Right off the bat, I'm thinking that maybe his expertise isn't really very good if he thinks that people are going through whole-ass fucking transitions. just so that they can get their pee-pee hard and jerk their little ding-dongs off. I don't really think that that's true. So.
Say, well, we're just, pristine and pure. It's like, no, you're not. You're getting a sexual kick from dressing up in women's clothing. And let's not bloody well forget it.
That's not transversing.
You can't even say that now, but
I get so angry, right? I find it so interesting. Like, I don't know that you're right there, Jordan. I think you're expressing an opinion. I mean, drag queen, I don't think is necessarily a sexual thing. I mean, if you type drag queen,
listen, drag historically has just been about like gay men dressing up like women, in a way where like they're usually like honoring or parodying in an honorable way, like popular musical artists. Now that music has become more sexualized, you're seeing the drag become a little more sexualized, of course. It's interesting that we don't care about like young girls watching overly sexualized content, but the second or dressing up like that, but the second that like it's a young boy, well, we're got a problem, right? Nobody gives a fuck about beauty pageants. They should. So like it just seems like nobody actually gives a fuck about this. Either way, I'm sure there are some people who are doing it for sexual pleasure. Not most of them. And again, what you need to focus on more than that is that he's trying to say that those people are trans, and they're not. That's like that's the transphobic nature of what he's saying. Those are just fucking people dressing up like girls to jerk off. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Okay.
go to Google results. Google results.
Google research.
They're just
my
fabulous,
favorite.
Jordan. And obviously, being fabulous seems to somehow offend or scare you.
Clinical reality.
Fabulous.
Now it's become verboten to even suggest such a thing. Oh, there's nothing sexual about this. It's like, yeah, right. You're dressing up in lingerie before your mirror at home.
I think that the problem here is that Jordan likes to dress up in lingerie and jerk off, so he's projecting himself onto all people doing drag and calling them trans. So.
Tucking your dick between your legs, imagining you have a vagina for sexual kick. Oh, there's nothing sexual about that.
Jordan, you're late.
Dude, he goes on. Dude, he's in his old grandpa rant phase. Holy fuck, Jesus Christ!
It rivals the
Too deep into this, bro.
Wow.
You're just sitting at home and tucking your dick. Imagining you got a vagina. I used to do that as a young man. It terrified me. I'd wonder, where'd my dick have gone? My wife walked in on me one time with a dick tucked between my legs. She said, "My God, man, what happened to your penis?"
This is happening right now.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about at this point. You're just off the rails.
Documenting autogynephilia. Well, reality. Now it's become verboten to even suggest such a thing. Oh, there's nothing sexual about this. It's like, yeah, right. You're dressing up in lingerie before your mirror at home, tucking your dick between your legs, imagining you have a vagina for sexual kick. Oh, there's nothing
Dude, that's awesome. I don't even know how to respond to that. I assume he's talking about drag people again, people who do drag.
Hey, let me rewind that real quick.
My wife walking you.
Because
Doctor in Toronto. He was the world's leading authority on transgenderism. You know, he divided it into two parts.
So we have to understand that he's not really talking about drag. He's trying to assert that drag queens are the same as people that are trans. Like, that's something that I think Ethan missed there.
Lingerie before your mirror, nothing.
Dude, that's awesome. Talking about drag people again, people who do drag.
Dragging these nuts.
I don't know if they tape their dick back, so to speak.
Some of them do, sure.
And pretend they
It's
have a
called
vagina.
tucking.
I don't know the details of that. But that's not necessarily a
I
sexual
do.
thing, right?
Oh, I do.
Jordan can't conceive of that, though. So, y'all are deviants.
Sexual about that.
Devious
Yeah,
like baby.
right.
Yeah,
Bloody
right.
Absolute liars.
Yeah,
Now,
right. I was fully turned on. Do you know how hard it is to tuck a boner back and pretend you have a vagina? It's horrifying.
Could be tough.
It's painful. I was turned on, by golly. My wife walked in on me.
By
my
golly.
fully torched cock pointing right back at her.
Jesus Christ.
She
bro.
said, "My God, man, your penis is going the wrong way." Terrified her. But man, that was hot.
Oh, then you have the kids who don't fit in on the gender front. That's a different pathway. But with them, if you leave them alone, so do no harm. Leave them alone. 90% of them accept their body, their sex, by age 18 or 19.
Now, listen. Okay, so my understanding. I don't know where he's getting this information from. Because I'm pretty, let's see, the controversial research on dissidents in transgender youth. Okay. Thanks, I don't want the backpack. The phenomenon of transgender children growing growing out of their trans identity by the time they are adolescents or adults is called dissidence by gender researchers. For decades, follow-up studies of transgender kids have shown that a substantial majority, anywhere from 65 to 94%, eventually cease to identify as transgender. Here's the problem that I have with this. You can't say this with absolute certainty. And the reason is because, like I said before, we had something called gender identity disorder that was drastically overdiagnosed. If you're saying decades of research, you're clearly referring to that. We changed it to gender dysphoria. Will there be people who grow up and grow out of their trans identity? Sure. I guarantee you that will happen once people, that they leave like a more, they leave a more affirming space. But I don't think those are people with gender dysphoria. Those are probably young people experimenting with their gender in high school. That's it. Or maybe they're misdiagnosing themselves as having trans when maybe they have like a really huge issue. I mean, like, honestly, if I was a young girl, I'd probably be fucking non-binary too, because what is, like, nowadays, what is a young girl? It's an overly sexualized fucking figure, and I think that there's a lot of girls distancing themselves from that concept of that. I could be wrong about that. And I think that the education around this topic is also a little bit off. I think that we teach people a little too much fear. You know, instead of we be careful, especially of predatory men, I think that we instill like a deep amount of fear out of wanting to protect them, but it causes them to like, oh my god, I want to distance myself from my gender. Now maybe I'm wrong about that, but the reality is that like it hasn't been long enough to actually make this assertion about gender, like about this. So to just say that 90% of people are going to just go away, I think it's ignorant. And I don't think it's very nuanced. These findings have become part and parcel of the how young is too young debate over social transitioning for allowing kids to publicly live in their. I don't really care about social transitioning. Like, who gives a fuck about that? Do your thing. Social transition when you're 2. I don't care. Well, that might be a little young, but you get my point. Like, if you're 12 years old and you're just socially transitioning, it's literally that is reversible. You're changing your clothes. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. So this is just kind of one reason. I'm just going to link this in the description of this video, but. Many gender specialists now believe that the best course for a transgender child is often social transition, where kids as young as 3 are, well, 3 is a little too young. Maybe when they get a little older, if they actually feel the need to. But one reason many researchers believe it's unnecessary to delay the social transition of a child is so that they don't have to research on distance. Okay, so this is all about social transitioning, which is like literally nothing. Like it's nothing to do with medical transitioning. It's nothing to do with hormonal transitioning. It's just social transitioning. So I really don't give too much of a fuck about this. Okay, but there you go. You got a little context. The data, we're not really complete on the data. He's not referencing a fact. He's referencing like a theory that is not actually like fully based in reality. So
this is an outrageous claim that I couldn't even find a single source to.
I found it pretty easy
to support. I mean, all the evidence really shows the exact opposite. Here's a New York Times article: few transgender children change their minds after 5 years. This article claims.
I don't know how old the kids are. 5 years. Either way, it doesn't matter.
They found that 2.5% of the group had reverted to identifying as the gender they were assigned at birth. So this is like an outright psychotic lie. 90%? That's insane. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. What is he referring to? This clip has 3.2 million views, and it really explains why. It really explains why trans people are becoming, the biggest target of hate crimes.
And here, let's add something.
I hate it. To it. Yeah, I'm ready for it, Jordan.
Since we haven't gone far enough.
Put your balls on it.
So here, we'll do a little bit of arithmetic. So, a while back, Disney executive mentioned on video, this is when Florida went after Disney. It's all when this was happening. She came out and said, I think she was head of domestic programming for Disney.
Me too.
She said, well, I have 2 children, 5 and 7. One is trans and the other is pansexual. And I just thought mathematically right away, it's like the chance you have a trans kid is 1 in 3,000. That's not a very high chance. And let's say the chance that you have a pansexual kid is the same, whatever pansexual means. I don't even know how to calculate those odds. But what
does pansexual even mean? By the way, I'm an expert in trans issues. What does pansexual even mean?
I know it kind of would make sense to me in some capacity. Like if there's some kind of like a biological propensity to being LGBTQ, wouldn't it make sense that, like, if you're born gay, I guess you'd be born trans or pansexual too.
It's not that complicated, is it? It's like, it just means you're attracted to people irregardless.
Well, I feel like a fucking 7-year-old isn't fucking pansexual. I feel like it's a little too young to be like, I'm fucking pansexual. Like, I don't know about that. You might be a little young to make that decision. I feel like it's a little bizarre. That part's a little weird. I feel like I fucked up even worse than usual on this.
Of gender.
Yeah, Mr. Japan's true.
Which actually, to be honest, the label's pretty open. It's probably not that rare when you think about kind of the broadness of that category. Hey, Alfredo. He's ready. What are the chances? What even is pansexual?
Whatever that is rarer than trans, because no one ever even heard about it until 5 years ago.
It's rarer than trans. It's like this super rare thing that nobody's ever heard of. Pansexual. What does it mean? You're a pan? What, am I going to fry an egg in you? My God.
Okay, that one kind of got me a chuckle. I was sitting here fucking cringing, but that part kind of got me. Oh my God. I fucking hate you. Can you stop parroting that nobody cares about beauty pageants? I mean, everyone cares. And the reason they don't at the second is because it's not popular or noticed at all properly. Okay. So I need you to understand how stupid what you just said was. First of all, I'm not parroting. What I'm saying is that people do not care about beauty pageants. Nobody gives a fuck. Do people generally be like, that's kind of gross? Sure. And then people turn a blind eye, and then we have fucking TLC shows that glorify it. Okay? People don't care. That's when I say they don't care, I mean they don't actually give enough of a fuck to do anything about it. People are melting down. When it comes to young girls getting overly sexualized, society doesn't really care. When it comes to young boys getting sexualized, though, I mean, we have a fucking trans grooming agenda that's literally destroying the entire world. The fact that you said the only reason it's not talked about is because it's not popular is literally means that they don't care. If something's not popular, it's not a popular topic, people don't care. What do you think popularity means? When you're a popular person, people care about you. When you're not popular, nobody cares about you. The thing that you said doesn't make sense in your own. I can't believe your fucking brain constructed what you just said. I'm sorry I'm going goblin mode. You just said that people care about this, but it's not popular. Those two things, they can't go together. Those two things cannot fit in the same sentence. Something can't be cared about in one hand, but then also not popular. I'm not parroting anything. I'm telling you the objective truth that people don't really give a shit when little girls are put into disgusting tight dresses that show off their ass. But when it comes to exposing that stuff to little boys and having little boys do it, we have a fucking meltdown. If you're consistent, you'll think that both of them are not good. Both of them are not good. You shouldn't have fucking kids in drag. You shouldn't have kids in fucking tight outfits, okay? Ban beauty pageants, okay? And in some of the schools that have cheerleaders, make sure they're not wearing provocative clothing. Because that's gross, okay? Stop coming in here just to be a fucking contrarian. I see you in the comments. You just disagree all the time on everything, okay? You're interested. Make your own channel. Make your own channel. Okay, use a V2 picture and double down and make a fucking video, okay? That's what you should do. All right, there you go.
It's rare. It's illness. My wife struck me with a pan once. Never forgiven her. Now I hate the pansexuals. Reminds me of that horrible fight.
So the joint probability that you have a trans kid and a pansexual kid is 1 in 9 million.
1 in 9 trillion.
Damn.
The chances of having a pansexual and trans child is 1 in 900 trillion. Do the numbers on that, bucko.
Well,
The odds that you're a pathological narcissist sacrificing your own children to the glorification of your compassion is 8,999,999 to 1.
You know, it's also possible that your kid just comes home one day and goes, I'm pansexual, and they're like fucking 3, and you're like, okay. Because that's how I'd be like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care. Because you're, like, you don't even know what that word means. You're fucking 5 years old. You're an idiot. I would just not care. You know what I mean? I'd be like, okay, well, like, whatever, dude. And then they probably would grow out of it. Or maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. Who cares? I feel like, just keep that in mind.
So, like, do you have a trans kid and a pansexual kid? Or are you a devouring mother?
By the way, so I looked into this because it sounded a little far-fetched, right? And what I found was, it was hard to find anything about this that wasn't on, like, explicitly underground conservative publications.
Okay.
It was some kind of scandal. Let's see, Disney executive who's the mother of a trans and pansexual child.
Yeah. Thank you.
Says she wants at least half of all future characters to be LGBTQ.
That seems a little much. Half of all future
Or racial minorities. I did not.
Oh, or racial minorities. I mean, okay. So either gay, trans, or anything but white. I mean, like that, I don't care about. I feel like in the United States, the population, it's like 60% white. All right, and like what's LGBTQ? Let's say it's 5%. That's about half are either not white or trans or gay or whatever, fucking thing. So like that makes sense. That actually makes like from the data. Hey, I want to make 50% of all the Disney characters either black, Hispanic, Asian in some capacity, gay or bisexual or transgender or fucking blah 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 blah. I would like the new characters we make to statistically fall in line with the demographic of the United States. You can't do that. Okay, you're not allowed to do that. Like, who fucking cares, bro? Okay.
Find any receipts for that. Theme parks banned from saying hello boys and girls. I did not find any receipts for that.
Okay.
They referenced this Disney site called Reimagine Tomorrow, which I guess is kind of about what they're doing to better represent diversity throughout their IPs. Here it says, at Disney, Inclusions for Everyone Reimagine Tomorrow is our way of amplifying unrepresented voices and untold stories, as well as championing the importance of accurate representation in media and entertainment. Here, let's read their intentions, okay? Because they reference this website.
Okay, I'm ready.
The more our customers worldwide are reflected in our workforce, the better we're able to serve them authentically. When our employees perceive that Disney culture supports their professional development and advancement, they can be authentic, contribute freely, and take pride in our company.
Pride is a sin.
Here, come on, you can do it.
We are committed to inspiring a more inclusive world by reimagining the way we tell stories and who tells them. Our intention is to broaden access and diversity to our industry by adopting inclusion standards across Disney, general entertainment, and live-action studio productions by the end of 2022, with the goal of advancing representation in front of and behind the camera and marketing and more. That's all it says.
You know what? Maybe
they also say they're making a $100 million donation, serving underrepresented communities. We are ensuring that we direct more than 50% of our annual charitable givings to programs serving underrepresented communities. This is the only reference to 50% I could find, which is them saying they want to donate. But as far as some kind of checklist that all characters must be diverse or trans, they don't even mention trans here. It's about more like racial diversity and, sexual diversity too, but
let's see how this
they're
goes.
really inventing something. This is craziness. So here's the videos that got leaked. This seems like some kind of Project Veritas hit job thing, but let's take a look at the video.
I'm here as a mother of two queer children, actually. One transgender child and one pansexual child.
The odds of that are insane! Astronomical! You're far more likely a devouring mom, like in Hansel and Gretel. But which she wants to eat the kids literally. That's you. Just own it.
It's true. We have many.
This conversation goes on, and I think it's the stat.
Well, it's interesting. It's something. I don't know.
It's impossible to have two queer children. There's no report of that ever happening in the history of humankind. And then this one, I think, really riled them up. She says she has a not at all secret gay agenda, which they perceived as a secret gay agenda. Let's take a look.
I love Disney's content. I grew up watching, all of the classics. They have been a huge, informative part of my life. But at the same time, I worked at small studios most of my career, and I'd heard, ear whispers. I'd heard things like, they won't let you show this at a Disney show. And I'm like, okay. So I was a little, sus when I started. But then my experience was bafflingly the opposite of what I had heard. On my little pocket of, Proud Family Disney TVA, the showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so I feel
she said not at all secret gay agenda.
Yeah, I remember people down about this.
It's a big secret. It's funny. She's like, yeah, I'm openly advocating for more gay representation in Disney shows. It's a secret agenda. It's probably her job, right? To do that.
Has been so.
So there's this, apparently this was a big culture war scoop in the conservative world.
You can look at the odds and decide for yourself.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. No kidding. Look, and Freud was no dummy. When he pointed to the fact that the devouring
from here, he just goes so off the rails, dude.
Mother was one of the major impediments to proper human development. He knew that. Looking deep into the darkest families, and seeing this proclivity of the overprotective mother to destroy the developing.
No. He did the mother meme. Okay, so the overprotective mother meme is something that we have to talk about a little bit because, like, there is a level of truth to being like a mama's boy, right? A mother being too overprotective is obviously gonna, I always say that, like, if you don't have a masculine and a feminine figure, things are gonna go out of control. The problem is that, like, there are people who, and I don't know if Jordan's going here, but I feel like he might be. There are people who have Harry Potter wands, however could ever. I don't know. I'm just touching something. Okay, it's my autism. That's why I'm trans. No, I'm just kidding. There are people who will say that the reason that boys become gay, and I'm assuming you could latch trans on there as well at this point, is because their mothers are too overprotective and they're too close to that kid, and that feminizes the kid. However, you should understand too, is that boys are probably, or people are probably born gay. There's like a statistic that, like, for every successive man that you have, like, so if you have like 4 boys, that each boy has a higher chance of being gay. There's some kind of, like, I think there's like a nature setting thing. It's actually very interesting. You should look into it. Likely to think that whether it's genetic or whether it's some kind of like hormone, kid comes out gay and they just are more feminine, so they latch onto their mother more. So it's just something to bring up, just to kind of think about it. So think about it. It's a factor. Okay.
He said that the odds of having a devouring mother who wants to sacrifice her kids to show how compassionate she is 1 in 9 million. But at the same time, it was such a powerful archetype. Freud talked about it, and it was in the fairy tales. Everybody knew about this 1 in 9
million child with gay.
Wow.
Rest in peace,
Diagnosis. Toxic femininity.
Integrity of the child, to keep the child infantile, to cling to that relationship instead of developing life for herself and letting the child go flourish. That's Hansel and Gretel.
Damn.
You're lost in the woods. Why? Well,
This is a weird analogy because he's saying there's parents that don't want their kids to grow up. I think that's an emotion that's pretty, like, common that a lot of parents can relate to, and I think people can be pathological with it, but I think as it's probably occurred to most people, like, oh, I just wish I could freeze you in time. You're so perfect the way you are right now. But ultimately,
I think his moms are gay.
What the fuck does that have to do with having a trans or pansexual child? Like, what are you even talking about?
Your family's broken up. You have an evil stepmother. So now you're lost in the woods. What's your
abuse rate
if you have a step-parent? 100 times normal. So you're lost in the woods.
What?
Your abuse rate if you have a step-parent.
What? What? Is he saying that you're 100 times more likely to get abused if you have a step-parent? There's no way that that's true. 100 times? Okay. Okay, results in 2009 studies showed that families living with a man who is not the biological father of all the children in the home and families living without a man in the home were significantly more likely to be contacted by CPS compared to families in where the biological father of all the children live with the mother. That's huge. That's taking a group of people who, Jesus Christ, that study. This is an irrelevant study to me. It's literally like these are the people that are covered in the higher abuse homes. There might be there might be 5 kids and one of the kids isn't one of the father's kid, or there's no father at all, or like there's too much there. It's not saying that, like, added into this is also, it's not just saying like, oh, there's a stepfather. They're not even saying that they're stepfathers. It's just a man in the home. That doesn't make a stepfather. Wait, his study is fucking garbage. What else is there? This is adding in, like, not having a dad at all, plus just having a boyfriend living with you, plus just having, like, one of your baby daddies living with you when you might have, like, 2 and then some of the kids aren't his, versus, like, unbroken family units. And it's a higher chance of CPS being called. That's not the same thing as saying that, like, a step-parent. Being a step-parent is much bigger than just being a father in the house. I would have to see where he's getting his data from, because he's just a fucking idiot.
100 times normal. So you're lost in the woods.
Not true.
Well, what
the fuck
happens?
are you
Well,
talking about?
you come across a gingerbread house.
Oh.
That's pretty damn convenient.
Dude, this is like a bit. You come across a gingerbread house. Oh, that's pretty convenient. The odds of being abused by a step parent is 1,000 times higher. Then all of a sudden, your house is made of gingerbread.
You need a house,
right?
This is what happens usually.
It's more than you could even hope for. It's not just a house.
Oh,
it's a house made out of candy.
It's a house made out
Well,
of
what's
candy.
inside a house made out of candy?
What's inside
a witch? A witch fatten you up and eat.
She wants to eat you.
And that's the devouring mother.
And that's why it's impossible to have a trans and pans child, Joe.
That's an old fairy tale. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, and so, we could dwell on that for a minute, too. One of the things we won't honestly discuss in our society, one of many, is the fundamental nature of female political psychopathology.
Like, I really wish that Joe... Oh, dude, this is why people think Joe Rogan's a fucking idiot. Because, like, he's not pushing, like, oh, where'd you get that study from? 1,000 times more, 100 times more likely? Where did you get that from? Oh, I read it in a book. Like, what? Can you give me, like, an example? Like, what the fuck are you on about, man? Like, that's a bold claim.
And there's male political psychopathology.
These women be crazy.
True.
These women be shopping.
That's true.
We've talked enough about male.
Women do go to Target a lot. They love it so much. I had a fan reach out to me and said that he took his girlfriend to Target for Valentine's Day, and he's like, I don't know what to do. I'm running out of money. Oh, actually, I might actually win this. Holy fuck.
Toxic masculinity. What we haven't talked about enough is these goddamn women be shopping.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad, guys.
Complain about all the time when they talk about the oppressive patriarchy, toxic masculinity. There's no shortage of toxic masculinity. So is there any toxic femininity? Well, not if the feminine is just the, oppressed virgin goddess whose nature. But how about we don't live in that fantasy world? And we know, there's female political pathology. The tendency to infantilize everyone. And the tendency to assume that everyone who doesn't go along with the infantilization.
I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, I don't really know anybody like that.
I don't really know what the fuck he's talking about either, if I'm being real. I mean, like, what he's talking about, I don't know. I guess he's saying that, like, women being too attached to their kids is creating a weak society. It's kind of just ranting at this point, honestly.
And I don't even know how it relates to this Disney executive who says her kids are trans and pansexual. What does that have to do with infantilizing them? Makes no sense. What are you on about, Jordan? Did you have some apple cider this morning, man? Quick, take a Xanax. He's spiraling.
And the tendency to assume that everyone who doesn't go along with the infantilization is properly characterized as...
I like how he's like, toxic, he cries. Toxic masculinity, what a horrible word. And then next day he's like, let's talk about toxic females. They're trying to infantile everybody. And the ginger house is made of candy. And you know what's in the gingerbread house? A witch. And she wants to eat you. It's fucking psychobabble.
It's a predator. And so, you wonder why are the universities turning into extended daycares? Well, a lot of the reason for that is that women who don't have anything better to do are turning the university students into the infants they never had.
What the fuck are you...
Oh, he's saying that, okay, now I understand what Jordan is saying. What Jordan is saying is that women are baby-making machines, and by them trying to generate respectful careers in academia, what they're actually doing is turning away from their true calling of just being baby makers. And because of that, they're going into universities, and because they don't have a child, they feel like they're missing out on the having of the child. So they're trying to make all their students children and treat them with too much empathy or something. That's what he's trying to say there. How fucking incredible. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Bro. Yeah, so this was apparently a super interesting high-level conversation. The comments obviously hate him. They think he's a genius. We have to protect the kids. This is gold. So spot on. So this is why people hate trans people. This is the biggest podcast in the world. 10 million views per episode. This clip alone has 3.2 million views. This is why people hate trans people. This is it right here. They say I'm transphobic. Never mind me taking right-wing conservative propaganda talking points. What's transphobic about that? And misrepresenting facts. I think Jordan Peterson knows that this trans thing is just his meal ticket, right? That's how he became famous with the, I will not say your pronouns no matter what.
I don't think that he's like grifting as Ethan's trying to assert. I think that
thanks for checking out my stream today.
down like a fucking
Appreciate it.
rabbit hole. And the problem is that we can get really deep into the problem. The problem is the only people left that will platform Jordan Peterson are people like Joe Rogan. Jordan's still a smart person, but nobody else will talk to him or platform him, and I understand that, but this gets into it. I think that Ethan could have possibly helped negate this. Not his responsibility to do so, of course, it's a large responsibility, but I do think that it wasn't a very smart idea to just simply cut the guy off. I think that you could have talked to him, and maybe you could have had like a positive impact in that way. Again, you're not forced to do any of this, of course, but I'm just saying, I do think that would have been a good thing to do. So
that's what made him famous, and now, he went down the self-help route, which was pretty good for him. But the trans thing, right, hating trans people is where his bread and butter is. This is, at his core, what he's all about. So it's a return to a tradition, as he loves. Anyway, I don't know, just a little something I put together, so...
It's pretty cool.
Watch out for that gingerbread house in the forest. It's made of candy, but there's a witch inside.
Watch.
She's the devouring female. I put my dick between my legs, pretended I had a vagina. My God.
Interesting. Alright. So what's up? What are you in here to start trouble? You're constantly asking the audience if they think I'm stealing content because you watched a video that said that I'm a content thief. What video are you referring to, my friend? Because I know that you're in here just to like kind of bait, like you're just in here to like content bait. But like realistically speaking, like obviously I'm not stealing any content. What I'm doing is legal and it's fine. I'm adding quite a bit of commentary to everything that I react to. And yeah, I mean that's the take, but. Assuming you're in here to get a rise out of me. So what's up? What video did you watch? I probably won't watch it, but I'm just curious. Yeah, we didn't get Jordan crying. Well, I don't really like seeing that. It's sad, It's sad to see Jordan cry. Nobody wants to see it. I just don't get why Gutman thinks that his step-parents are abusive. Wait, what? That it's wild. I don't think that it's wild that step-parents could be abusive. I think that it's wild that he makes this claim without, any claim. Like he said 100 times is drastic. I wouldn't doubt that there's an issue, but then the statistic that I looked into didn't even support the claim. I don't know where he's getting it from. And Jordan in that entire episode was just constantly misrepresenting statistics. So that's really what's happening here. He doesn't really know what the fuck he's on about. You shout them out and link it when they talk. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I do. I try to go over step-parent households are toxic family, especially when the kids are starting to push 15 years. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm just thinking that 100 times might be a little disproportionate. I would just look for an actual statistic, and again, he's misrepresenting most of the things that he said in there. So, it's one of the problems. I saw a video talking about how you steal content, no baiting, not saying you did anything bad. Just, well, I'm objectively not stealing content. What's the video you're talking about? Yeah, I'm the only person that reacts harder than me is fucking Han Hassan. And probably has more of you. That's the thing about, I say that decent reactors, you don't have to like Hassan, but decent reactors will usually, pretty significantly change it. I've had some videos where I don't change it as much as I'd like to. I will admit that. I try to be better forward. Yeah, what video are you referring to, my brother in Christ? Let's see how we get this. I don't think this is gonna work out, man. This fucking sucks. I'm not very good at this challenge. I'm just stinking a big fart up. You think if I had a better camera, get more views? Maybe. I'm considering it. Considering getting a new camera, but I just haven't. Getting a new camera would mean I have to get a good camera, like a really good camera. I'm gonna go pee, and I'll wait for the answer to the question. Because it seems like, I don't know. But, yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. Ba ba bee ba ba boo boo bee boo boo bee boo 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 boo. Sorry, I just calmed a little bit. It's called Papa Guts. YouTube.
Lord Todrington requires less routine maintenance
Video thief. I guess he's calling me fat.
than most other gentlemen.
When she's really good, ask now what? Then invest in her goals with Prudential.
Should we watch it? You guys want to watch this video? Papa Gut in peace. Hope I spelled peace wrong. Let's do it. Let's check it out. Let's see if you want to watch it. Do you guys want to watch this? Oh wow, we got a bunch of yeses already. The Papa Gut Hiteramus Pisa Maximus by Artuso. It's only 7 minutes, true. True enough. I just don't want to. I want to play games. I don't want to play fucking. I gotta look into like how to do balloons. That fucking bit was. I gotta eliminate it because it's just really annoying. Okay. Typical Papa Butt. Oh, he even tagged me in the video. I didn't even realize that. Oh, it's me. It's tagged. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna skip past the intro. Looks like DMC. Content. Alright. All right. Let me see. Biggest content. Alrighty, guys. This video is called. It's from somebody came in here. This video is from a smaller content creator named at Lucia. I don't really know how to say it. I'm sorry. It's called Papa Gut, YouTube's biggest video thief. Now, assuming that's a shot at my weight, so please stop. I don't know if this song is getting DMCA, so if there's like a little bit weirdness at the beginning, that's going to be why. Okay, let's get it going. Yeah, I'll just mute. There's me watching Gino Samuels, and then there's Papa Gut in the bottom right corner. More Gino Samuels. Okay.
Will you be making any original content today?
No. Absolutely not. I guess the most original content, maybe yesterday we talked about Josh getting manipulated, the young man without this month ago. But mostly now I do video reactions, hey, listen, brother, that is what it is.
Then what video will you steal today?
Steal? Oh, male feminists versus anti-feminists. That was a decent video. Yeah, listen, man, I don't really know what to say. I know that my content's lazy. Obviously, reactions are lazy. That's the reason why a lot of your favorite content creators are also doing reaction channels. You probably couldn't name one that's not. Realistically speaking, it's legal. It's protected by fair use for the most part. I think as long as you do a pretty reasonable reaction, it's positive for both the creator, the original creator, and the reactor. And I think it's fun. I think it's part of YouTube culture. There's no buy-in to making YouTube, and I think it's like fun to react to people's videos. On the very limited time people react to me, I think it's cool. I've gotten people reach out and be like, "Oh, it's cool that you reacted." Like on our TV, he's like, "Oh, it was really cool that you reacted to my video." He listened to it. He thought like some of it was cool, and then like I had like an impact, and he was like, "Oh, like some of my perspective changed because it's cool." It's like, "Oh, cool, man. Like I appreciate that too." If you don't like it, I guess I could just not react to a particular channel. If you really want to get into it, there's like different types of reactions. I think two general ones. Like there's like more controversial reactions. Like this would be like more like a critique reaction versus like me just kind of watching a video. But either way, I think as long as you do it like a solid time of like adding to the video by pausing and talking a lot about how fat you are or something like I do, I think it's reasonable. There are people who want to listen to me talk. I'm very fortunate. Like I'm going to be real, very fortunate. I get to be a fat guy, an old man who talks through movies. Basically, it's cool. I like it. I enjoy it. A lot of people who watch enjoy. It's not content thievery, and yeah, man, give it a try. But I certainly am not like the biggest one. I mean, like Asmongold and Hassan are huge reactors as well. I think Asmongold posts like 3 reactions a day, and I do as well. I post like 4. Sorry, Asmongold, I'm the real one. And like again, significantly transforms video, reacts to like a lot, like does this thing. Like, oh, Dark Souls, like mostly a lot of these are reactions. Not all of them. Yeah, I mean, who cares? I'm just a crafty thief. Oh, no. Not Papa Gut.
Hey guys, I'm back. You guys might not recognize
brother?
me because my last video was 6 months ago, and no one watched it. And
Hey, 66 people watching, my brother. Okay, you got to start somewhere. Don't set your expectations too high. In fact, I'm going to be real with you. I think that hitting success too quickly is almost a bad thing because it doesn't really give you time to kind of experiment with your content. It makes you feel like, it gives you like unrealistic expectations because it's hard to like replicate it. I mean, not that it's can be a good thing. I mean, you might be just pushing out constant bangers, but I feel like maybe sometimes it's a good thing to take your time and go through like the beginning stages of a small content creator and stuff. So.
after that humiliating defeat of no one tuning in to my last video, I retired. I was happy just going ahead.
Hey, this video has 2 more views apparently than your last video. So this is the bank that we're all looking for. Oh, it has 1 less now. You got more views than the other one. Can you guys stop using this picture of me, by the way? Okay, it's like I find it offensive almost at this point. Okay, like use a nice picture. Use a better picture of me from all your thumbnails. Everybody uses the same picture of me all the time. It's this weird picture. Like here, I'll give you a new one. Use that picture, okay? Please. Use that picture instead, please. Okay?
Setting down the camera and leaving forever. But But you know what? I'm back. And
this video better never get the NC with all the fucking Showtime music in it, or I'm just gonna be able to upload it. Okay.
Today we're talking about someone whose name is Papa Gut.
That is my name.
And the reason why I'm talking about him is because I just flat out think he is a content thief.
Oh, well, fortunately, the law doesn't agree with you, so.
Someone who just is stealing content blatantly and profiting off of it.
And I'm just showing it to you in front of your face. Because I'm that kind of thief, bro. I'm like the Catch Me If You Can guy, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Now, I have a whole list of things right here that
Except I don't break up with girls when they turn 25.
I want to get into. But before we do that, let's go over the history of Papa Gut.
Let's see if you get it right. You better start with TikTok.
I'm joking. He's a guy from TikTok.
There you go.
He got banned off of there. He moved over to YouTube, and now he makes YouTube content. That's about it. But the content that he makes that I really want to talk about today. Basically, what Papa Gut does is he'll find a video that he wants to react to.
Honestly, let's just be real. I don't really find most of the videos I react to. My fans do. That's how lazy I am. Okay, I don't even put in the work to find my own videos. Papa Gut, can you react to this? Yeah, sure, why not? I don't care. As long as I feel like I have something to say. Sometimes you guys send me stuff that I feel like I can't say anything on, and then I just turn the video off. But yeah.
Or his audience will on his live streams.
Exactly.
And he will do a full reaction to it. I think his problem is not the reactions on the live streams. Everyone at this point does it. It's what he does after.
Yeah, I post it as a video.
Basically, what he'll do is snip sections of his live streams and upload those videos to YouTube in full length.
Absolutely.
There is a Chris Chan documentary series on YouTube. At this point, it spans around like 70-something.
Yeah, I haven't quite caught up on it. I'm a little burnt out on Chris Chan. I know people are upset about that.
Parts, they can be 30 minutes long, an hour long. It is kind of dependent. But there is a lot of editing and research put into these documentaries.
Sure.
But then you have someone like Papa Gut, who kind of just walks and jogs right along.
I do not jog or walk. Let's be real. I roll.
Along in. I was joking about the walking and jogging part.
There you go. Although, unironically, I have been walking at the gym, trying to do like 10 minutes before, then 20 minutes of weights, and then 10 minutes again. But I've been doing a little bit of jogging on the second half. I'll try to do like a hit thing, like a high intensity thing. Like I'll jog the straight of the track, and then I'll walk the round. It's like a little bit, give myself a little bit of a
what the hell?
Swimming glow, you know what I'm saying? So I actually have been doing those things.
I thought that was
trying to get healthy, trying to get my blood sugar down more than anything else.
Basically, he sits down in his chair and gives them all a good old watch and uploads them in their entirety onto the YouTube channel he has. And the reason why
Which YouTube channel did you show? We gotta make sure it's the right rep.
Uploads them in their entirety onto the YouTube channel that he has. And the reason why I guess I kind of care about this is because Papa Gut is just flat out.
Hey! I subscribe to Geno Samuels for $25 a month. Okay, give me a break.
Oh. Stealing other people's content at this point.
How does it feel stealing other people's content?
It feels awesome, because I don't steal it. I reappropriate it.
Here's your money for your original content.
Thank you. Quantity over quality. Absolutely true. There's a reason why reactors tend to not get a lot of views. It's because you're not putting in significant work. So any reactor that's actually able to take off a little bit must resonate in some capacity. And I'm not like that person. I'm not saying that I am. Although I think I have the potential to be. But yeah.
Now let's talk about.
Oh my god, that's why I turned it down. Holy fuck. Okay.
Transformative content.
Jesus.
Oh boy. Now, when I think about good transformative content, I think back to the early days of YouTube. I think back to when H3 was at his prime. Those videos, his
gotta throw H3 in the video.
Earlier videos where he was kind of reacting to a video and then building skits around them. That is.
Sure, I understand what you're saying. Edited reaction videos. Okay, sure.
Transformative content in my mind. It's taking someone else's video, but building a very funny video out of it. And
it doesn't have to be funny, but I understand what you're saying. Doing enough cutting up. Here's the thing. First of all, let's just acknowledge that I am lazy, so it is a factor into why I do content like this. But let's be honest, especially when it comes to controversial videos, doing highly edited videos when it comes to, or not controversial, when it comes to videos like this where I'm contesting a particular narrative people are putting out there, is that it's very easy for somebody to cut up a video and remove the actual take and then put a take that they think is actually happening in there instead, right? So one of the benefits of watching like the full video is that like I can't misrepresent you. Like I can still hear what you're saying and misrepresent it intentionally or unintentionally, but since it's in the video, it gives me like it gives me a check on it. So my audience might be like, oh, you fucked up your interpretation of this, or you didn't hear this right, which happens sometimes, and that's okay. And I'd rather that be in there, and that's where I was coming to from before. There's like two types of reactions. There's really like the watch reactions, and then there's like the actual I don't know how I would classify them, but like I was classifying before, like the contestant reactions, like the social reactions where I'm having a conversation with the video, and I think it's imperative that you put the whole video in there for that. When it comes to the other ones, those are really just like fun things that I do with my audience, and yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't think there's a problem with it. I think it's part of the YouTube culture, and I think it's fun. If I made videos too, people react to them be very cool, which I guess is easy to say since I don't make videos, but I think it's a cool thing. A lot of people have taken off pretty substantially because they get reacted to, and not that I was ever a part of that, let's be real, but I mean, I had people today. There was a person that popped in today that was like, oh, it was cool that I reacted. They've actually they come in every once in a while now. I'm going to give a shout out to them because they're pretty cool. It's going to be hard to find this because their name is Table. There it is. I'm going to link it in the description. They're a trans creator, and like I enjoy the content that they make. They're actually very intelligent. They're a smaller creator. They come in, they pop in, and they thank me. They're like, "Oh, this is really cool," and I enjoy them as a content creator. I don't agree with everything they say, but they're smart. I like it. So now if Gino said Papa Gut, take him down, I'd cry, and I might actually take him down. But I'd be sad, Gino, please don't do that to me, okay?
You're not watching it because of the video he's reacting to, but because of Ethan himself. And that's what made those earlier videos so good of him. It's honestly some of the more fun content I think that has ever really been on YouTube.
Go to the beach and frost your tips. Stay in the sun till it looks like you have jaundice.
In my mind, that's the proper way to transform content. Taking someone else's video and making it your own. Other people have successfully done that as well, like iDubbbz with Content Cop or JonTron, for example.
I will say, it's interesting that the points of reference that you use are like JonTron, iDubbbz, and Ethan. I don't know. It's a little bizarre. They're probably they're not intentionally falls in line with the we miss Ethan kind of narrative, and I don't know. Maybe I'm too Ethan brained right now because we keep watching too much Ethan content.
Honestly, some of my favorite content is taking other people's videos and building sketches around them. I think it's so fun. Honestly, it really is. But then we look at someone like Papa Gut, who
stop using that picture, bro. I shaved the beard, okay? Fuck.
Sits in a chair and gives such a interesting reaction.
Let's see it, baby. Oh my lord. Very theatrical.
Is that Papa Gut obviously is reacting to other people's content. This is not his own stuff. Simple as that. And obviously when doing that, you need to add a level of your own brand, your own style, basically.
I do. I think I do that pretty well.
And Papa Gut does not have any of that.
I think I have my own style. You can think it's cringe, okay? But I do have my own style. That's the one thing I will say. There is a reason people return to my content. Part of it is because obviously the videos that I react to are like interesting hot topics and stuff, of course. But part of it's because people like my perspective, or they like the stupid dad humor or whatever bullshit that I say when I talk. They probably like, honestly, the genuinity that I speak with. Like, I'm one of the very few people online that's not fucking terminally online in like this YouTube space. There are so many of these motherfuckers that are. I think I have a pretty decent brand. Like, realistically speaking, most people don't give a singular fuck about reaction content. Some people do, and I understand it. Most people don't. Even in the YouTube space, you see a lot of bigger creators. They have like their own reaction channels, and they see it as almost like honoring the person that they're reacting to, and it's like a culture and a community of people who kind of like doing it. Like, most people don't really give that much of a fuck.
Basically, if you were to take away the video that he is reacting to, there would be nothing of merit.
Sure, but you could also make the same argument for people who do reaction videos that are highly edited without the... Dude, I keep getting my ass pushed. Without the main video, there's nothing for them to talk about. Fundamentally, there's no reason to tune into a person without there being a subject matter to the video. The issue isn't the subject matter. The issue is that you feel it's lazy because I'm watching someone's video rather than doing more editing. It boils down to like a laziness argument, and I get it, but you know, I'm not one of the guys on TikTok that looks at somebody that works 60-hour work weeks and goes, "Oh, part time? You part time? How long have you been part time for?" Okay, work smart, not hard, man. You know what I mean? If this didn't work out because they decided to change the law, like, okay, I'll do a podcast, so I'll just get a real job. But for right now, like, I'm enjoying my work. And I say this video is probably going to be like a fucking half an hour on a 7-minute video. On top of the fact that I watch them at increased speed as well, so.
That Papa Gut basically has. That's what Papa Gut does. Papa Gut. Phrase, quantity over quality. It's not very hard to try live stream for like 2 hours, 3 hours a day, and just have 3 or 4 active videos. And
it's not, so why don't you do it? This is one of the things, it's like a lot of people, they say it's not really, well, okay, it's not difficult at all. I have public speaking skills, a lot of people don't. Like, I know that sounds silly, but there's a reason why people can't really go on it and the internet and do live streams because you just don't have public speaking skills. Like, I'm fortunate in that it's very easy to do what I do. I do pretty minimal video editing. Most of my video editing is in shorts content.
Simulation
Thank you so much for the small guy, brother. Most of my editing is in, like, the shorts, like when I do YouTube shorts and stuff like that. I do build thumbnails, but it's not, like, particularly super difficult work. But, yeah.
And then take those segments and put them up on YouTube. You have a lot of people who put hours, days, weeks into a video, and then you have some guy come.
Sure, and then you have people who don't. They'll talk about a broad topic. These are like your Counter-Strike Go reaction channels. And I'm not even criticizing their content. They'll have like a pretty minimal understanding of like whatever they're talking about, so they're getting a video out. They'll put CS Surf on there and throw a few flashy pictures and they're not. And there's nothing wrong with it. I don't give a fuck. The laziness argument is shit though, because it's not like I really don't know what to tell you. It's like, yeah, I'm lazy. A lot of people are. I don't know what to tell you. If I put more work into my content, I'd probably make a lot more money and do a lot better. But I enjoy what I'm doing now. I have a positive relationship with my content.
Comes right along and basically takes the work that they're doing and
steal it,
capitalizes on it, and makes money off of their content.
Base capitalism, baby. Base capitalism.
By sitting in a corner of a screen, giving very basic commentary. And Papa Gut's videos,
not basic ass bitch.
Only a slight few amount of people are going to want to watch a 3-hour video. Honestly,
wait. Okay.
Handsome of super chatted $5. Love hearing your thoughts, even though we disagree sometimes.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I use your takes to inform me of realistic, sane, more liberal POVs.
Thank you.
Big fan for a while.
Thank you. I appreciate. I did not send myself that donation just to prove a point in this video. Okay, guys. I did not do that. All right. Anybody who claims otherwise is a fucking liar. No, thank you. I really appreciate that.
By sitting in a corner of a screen, giving very basic commentary. And Papa Gut's videos, only a select few amount of people are going to want to watch a 3-hour video. Honestly,
yeah, I think that's true with everybody, right?
Not very good commentary and kind of bad jokes majority of the time. It's my biggest problem.
It is, brother. Some people like them, baby. They cope and seethe, baby, cope and seethe.
Gut is taking other people's content and capitalizing off of it, making money off of their videos.
It's true,
and taking someone else's videos and putting no work into it. Why are you putting that on your channel?
Oh, I put limited work into it. It's not, oh my god, I keep doing the wrong thing on this fucking... See, look how much work I'm doing just trying to fucking focus on this game.
I do all that great about the stuff he's putting out there because it's not his stuff, it's other people's stuff with his face in the corner of the video.
Okay.
So now we get into how can Papa...
Hey, what's up, Table? How you doing?
Gut improve his videos.
Okay, let's hear it. At the end of this, I'm going to have to give him talking points because there's so much that he's going to criticize me on. Like, for instance, so first of all, when it comes to those Geno Samuels videos, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, there's probably some videos you could find where, like, I don't react enough. And I'm like, somebody asked me to watch, like, a wavy surf video or whatever the other day, and I was like, nah, because last time I reacted to it, I just didn't put enough reaction. I watch them at, like, 25% increased speed, and I'll usually, like, double or triple the length of the video. Sometimes, like, it's not as great. And I usually just gravitate away from making those types of reactions. I guess you could have found some of those. But I try to do a pretty good job of, like, sourcing everything so you can easily find it, probably more than most other creators, I would argue. Oh, I never closed the poll. Like in my live streams and in like my regular videos, I mean, this is like a big thing I've been trying to do since I did the content shift. Is like really go out of my way. Like you click on the video, and there's always in the description there's a source for the video. When you look at any of my live streams that are like available, you can go into here and you can like see the sources for all my live streams. I'll usually go like above and beyond to try to do like a pretty good amount of that. You probably could have talked about like, I don't know. I think that what was that guy's name? The Grand Theft Auto guy who talked about how like reactors, they might be beneficial for the reaction channel themselves and the person that they're reacting to, but then it takes away from viewership from other content creators that might make good content. It's like, okay, you could have brought that up, I guess. It kind of seems like you came in here with like a fucking empty gun and a lot of Among Us. Oh, so basically all I need to do is do the full reactions and then pay an editor to do this.
You can take the important parts of that video that you were watching and kind of edit it down to get your point across. And maybe at the end of the video as well, you talk about the video. You talk about what you just watched. I'm
going to do that during the video. So I'm going to do
a discussion about it.
Better presentation.
And look, Papa Cut. Okay, if you ever watch this video, which I don't think you will, but if you...
I'm watching right now, but I'm not watching anything, I'm reacting to.
You ever do, I could be your editor, okay?
Oh shit, hey, you gotta respect that he's shooting his shot. Oh, Jesus Christ. You gotta respect the grind, bro. You gotta respect the grind from young man over here. You gotta respect it, okay? He's fucking sitting here, he's giving me he's shitting on me, and he's like, but I could be your fucking editor. I'll be your dude. Honestly, I respect it. Maybe I'll watch this other video. I'll do it offline though. Maybe, I don't know. What would you want to get paid? I don't know, man. I don't feel like I'm in a good spot to get an editor right now. I just did like the whole channel rebrand when I like switched over to this channel, so like the money's not there as much as it used to be. I still do decently, but it's not where I would like it to be. But hey, I respect the businessman grind. You can't fucking fault him for this. He's a fucking businessman, bro. You really cannot fault him for it. Give him a shot. I don't know, bro. I don't know. We'll see. It's not. What else has he got? Why Amazon sucks to work at? Okay.
This is Jeff Bezos.
I don't know, dude. I'm actually crying a little bit. I'm sorry. It's funny. I'm sorry. I've been going on with this for like a fucking 10 minutes now. Sorry, let's go.
I'm ready for the task. I will do it for you. I don't know, but I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to take on the task of editing your videos and adding a unique style to it, which I think you desperately need. I think I would be the perfect person to do it. I don't know.
Somebody reach out to him. Tell him to reach out to me through Instagram. Okay? And maybe, I'm not promising, I'll let him edit this video reaction I did of him. But I just feel like the whole thing being there is like necessary. I don't know, bro. What is he gonna do? Put me in like a visually inspired? I like the simplistic view of my videos. Like I just like it. It kind of goes along with like who I am. I'm very plain, very simple, and very direct. I don't want you to like join the screen and see like a bunch of fucking flashing lights. That's just not me. I'm going for the Bernie Sanders effect, where you're just like how Bernie Sanders doesn't even comb his hair. He's a guy. For $6 for that. I'm not Hillary Clinton. I'm trying to doll myself up. Sorry.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
But hey, listen. At the end of the day, I don't know if I'm going to use them, but I respect the video. I respect it. I respect the grind. You gotta respect it. But yeah, no. I think the bigger thing you should have brought up is the fact that what really drives my content is playing balloons and Vampire Survivors all stream. Okay, base video. That was funny. That was funny. Wow, incredible. Give him, let him edit it, but don't give credit. Yeah, let me pull a Seth the programmer, right? It's so stupid. Okay. New member of the pub. Yeah, I'm starting to get orbiters, guys. I'm starting to get orbiters. This is how you know that like I have a lot of potential, because I'm getting my own orbiters. I don't remember his name, Aristotle. I couldn't even say his name, so. But don't worry, there'll be a link in the description. Okay. Bro, if you want me to cover something, get a $2 membership. Throw it in the Discord, okay? Also, you're just providing full context of the material you're using, so I wonder if you would cut some of that out, so you should give him a chance. I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing I'm like a little apprehensive about, especially for that type of content. It's like how much of the context gets pulled out of it. I don't know if I want to do a little child on my video. Have you seen the new Flash trailer? I have not seen the new Flash trailer. No, I don't know if I want to watch this video. I kind of want to watch this, but it's so fucking long. It's 2 hours long. I don't think I have it in me. I got you think the Vampire Survivors A sponsored. Sponsored by Vampire Come. Drew, you're sticking with me through the rebrands. I really respect. Respect, my man. I appreciate that. We're this year we're going to the fucking moon, dude. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Okay. We're going to the fucking moon, dude.
There we go.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, meow, meow, meow. Yeah, what should we watch? What should we react to? What time is it? It's only 3:20. What the fuck? How long am I streaming? Oh wow, for 2.5 hours. Well, I can't watch a Dragon Ball Z AMV, bro. It's gonna be DMCA. How about doing my homework? But I keep on the answer. Help me out. Yeah, give me the question. Do it right now. AB22 situation. What is it? Can you reference a fucking video? I looked it up and it's just a bunch of baby dresses. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, thank you so much for the small bit, though. Videos by Baby Tutu. It's so weird, bro. It's fucking weird as fuck. What is a Baby Tutu thing? I feel like I'm looking stuff up. My shit's gonna get fucking cursed. What is this? This is what you want me to look at? Here it is. What were a couple of different ways people tend to treat themselves since they couldn't use a doctor? Like back in the day? I mean, self-medicating is one of those, obviously. I mean, it depends on the context of it. How about it's about dust, when you're in the Dust Bowl. Oh, I have no idea. Like makeshift masks or something. I really have no idea. Probably alcohol. Which one? This one here? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll be looking at the fucking FBI's to go to my house. The first one. This one. Which one? You guys are fucking weirdos. Which one am I looking at? This story one isn't the right one? This is 12 billion views. What the fuck? Why wouldn't I look at this? Why wouldn't I look at the story of this? Like, why would I not look at this one? This one seems more, has more context than this one up here. Why would I look at this one instead? Like, I'm fucking so confused. Like, realistically speaking, that's important. It's human trafficking related. Probably if you recommend good back for that wrong. Fuck out of here, man. What kind of questions that is? Why the one on top and not this one here? I don't understand. Like, what's wrong with this video? I'm just confused. Like, why you're...
Quick cleaning mama.
This is gonna be fucking awesome. Alright, we'll watch both. Just do this. What the hell? Wait, there's a few different ones. I might watch both of them. This is gonna be so fucking sad. Guys are trying to make me sad today. sad topic, isn't it? Alright, guys. People keep asking me to watch this. I have no idea the context of it. The only videos I can find about it are smaller content creators. I guess there's a whole channel dedicated to this topic. That's a story of okay, I don't even know. Alright, let's see what's going on here.
I'm gonna start making new videos on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Not just of cleaning, but of things happening around the world, ways to make money, just stories, heartbreaking stories. Just
it's a good way to start this topic.
A whole lot of stuff. So I've been looking on TikTok a lot about this girl. You see, her name is Totu. The story, I think this is in another language. I don't want to also play it too much. How do you say? That it can get copyrighted or something. But the story of her is that this lady does lives. And they're in other countries. I don't know if it's in Turkey or where it is. There's a name, you can see the writing on there is other country. Apparently, how I know the story is, she wanted a place to stay. They had nowhere to go, and then they came at this orphanage, and then they were staying there. And there was other kids also there, but somehow it was illegal. I'm not sure the whole story. I will link that lady's TikTok profile. I'll link her profile. And I will also link, I'll link her profile, and I'll also link other people's other videos of her that tells her the story of what's going on with her. Sorry, I'm just looking through my stuff. But yes, it's shocking. It's this lady. Kelskilla. It's Sophie, if you look at the bottom there, but I'll link her TikTok. She has a lot of videos on her TikTok of this Totu. And yes, and the police raided the place, and all the children were taken away. And how I know it, she was left there. I don't know where the mom is, but then they adopted her, and then they said that they need funds for her. They abused her. Apparently, see, it's just what I hear. It's not just like all my videos, it's what I hear, and I'll just say it. It's not saying that it's facts, but that's what everyone's talking about. Because then you'll get.
I'm feeling like this isn't helping me understand what the fuck's going on right now. Not helpful. Holy shit.
Girl's face.
Okay, I guess this is one of the videos we're referring to. Alright, this seems to be the girl that, wow, relentlessly covers this topic. Holy fuck.
Haunts me, and I had. When the news about Andrea Yates broke,
wow.
We need to talk about this.
Okay. This might be a little bit more of a productive place to start here, since that was abysmal. Seconds. Oh, this person. This person seemed, I don't know. You guys asked me to watch this baby tutu thing. This person seems to have pretty extensive coverage, excuse me, starting here. So we'll give her a while. This is a viral TikTok video. Let's get
this little girl's face haunts me, and I had to find out what happened.
Hold on, like that, bro.
Happened to her, but what I uncovered is pretty dark.
Okay.
I kept seeing thousands of people donate to them because the story was that this little girl was traumatized and was.
Okay, so it's this little girl was abused abused by her real parents, and they did not feed her, and she was good. She has good parents, but she's traumatized. Okay, that's sad.
Now adopted into a loving family, but she's never left this same orphanage. I saw it on the live today. There's bunk beds, there's other kids, and she's missing all her hair now.
So, there's one possibilities. One, she was like a foster care home, or two, they're lying for money. Is that what we're saying?
Here she is as a baby with the same woman I saw on her live today, the woman who runs this orphanage. So I looked up this orphanage and translated the articles to English and was horrified that Hodu is still living with this woman. An investigation revealed horrific beating.
They set fire to the children's heads and hands the fuck?
Medicating.
This is hard traces of injuries on the bodies of children.
Among other things I can't say, but due to it being a pending investigation.
Interesting.
Lack of evidence, she is still there and is being exploited as we speak. So it would appear that she takes children off the streets and does this to them to beg for money. One person said that they actually broke her legs, pulled out her hair, and told everyone it was a rare illness that they needed donations for.
Damn. I mean, you have to prove that's quite an accusation. That's true. It's horrible.
Every post that the orphanage has made about her refers to her as a him.
Your friend's daughter, Nelson's our Toto is 2 years old, and we need to get one for him. Are you sure that? So, really quick, when it comes to this specifically, you translated this, and you can see it right here. So it's possible that it's a mistranslation. It's called I'm assuming a little girl, a him.
I think Toto might be a boy, and they thought would make more money as a pretty little girl.
That might be a little bit of, I don't know if that's true.
Children are the most vulnerable population on Earth, and we have to be their voice.
Same thing for snails as well. Yeah, I don't think that it's a boy. Jesus. What does he count of the orphanage? Okay. I don't really know what we're watching here. It's just a little girl crying. She looks scared towards the woman. Maybe she's just a kid. That's what it seems to be. Okay. What was this orphanage called?
This haunts me, and I had to find out what happened to her, but what I uncovered is pretty dark. I kept seeing thousands of people donate to them because the story was that this little girl was traumatized and was now adopted into a loving family, but she's never left this same orphanage. I saw it on the live today. There's bunk beds, there's other kids, and she's missing all her hair now. Here she is as a baby with the same woman I saw on her live today, the woman who runs this orphanage. So I looked up this orphanage and translated the articles to English and was...
What's the orphanage called?
Who runs this orphanage? So I looked up this orphanage.
House of Love. Thinning. I'm trying to find like the original article that it's referring to. Maybe I just don't understand. This just seems like a weird video with kids, but okay.
Uh-oh, that sounds like...
Why am I getting aroused? Okay.
You guys are reading way too far into that.
The child is dying.
Without doing independent research, and it shows. She's fine. She's living with her mom and, like I said, the shelter. She's being very well taken care of and typically considered being abused like that and groomed as well as she is. She's fine.
Wait, so is she saying that this is so confusing and like where's the actual information here for any of this topic? Oh my god. There's so much here.
And like I said, the shelter. She's being very well taken care of and typically considered being abused like that and groomed as well as she is. She's fine.
I mean, you don't really know that either way. I can't find the article. I keep looking for it.
This stage is wild to me. Wild. I can't believe I have to explain this. When you're in the middle of a criminal investigation, you're not going to post videos hurting kids. You're obviously going to make it look like a good place and post videos where the kids are happy.
Dug in to a lot of her videos. So the alopecia, her hair loss, right? That is a side effect of myotopic dysfunction.
Why are we believing?
I mean, maybe that's true. I don't know. I feel like there's just no information. What the fuck?
Them Have you ever considered the possibility there's a medical condition and abuse, since there's other stories of abuse from kids at the orphanage? Do cigarette burns and your skin color going from very tan to pale as a ghost, does that line up with seizures?
No idea.
A symptom of alopecia?
And making senseless allegations.
I feel like there's just like way too much like crazy shit going on here to really get this down.
When you don't know for certain is bullshit.
I can't even find the original article.
I saw a police report about it and many articles.
What are your allegations doing other than potentially damaging someone's reputation that you don't?
It's not doing anything that's good for another country, and nobody's ever gonna, if this kid's being abused, nobody's actually gonna care because of these TikToks. It's just reality. It's just unfortunate. Like, these TikToks aren't gonna cause any action to be taken.
No, for sure is abusing people.
Here's my thing. Why are you more concerned with potential slander rather than potential child abuse? Which one would you rather be wrong about? She said the articles might have an agenda that we don't know about.
There's Turkish news articles that literally say different. Where? I can't find anything.
Stories for them now, and what agenda do the former orphans have?
Okay, and how many of these articles are published here? That's bullshit. They can say the same about your resources.
Lived there, have.
It sounds like two stay-at-home moms arguing with each other on TikTok.
She's also ignoring the biggest fact of this whole thing that started the police investigation was the original video of Totu with the look in her eyes, the 1,000-yard stare, was posted by the orphanage. The orphanage posted that video, and the text said she was traumatized and is now adopted into a loving home. So why would they say that if she has a medical condition and staying there with her mom at their shelter? You guys are witnessing in real time why child abuse is so prevalent.
I don't even know, because I don't know how much of it's a mistranslation. I can't even find the original article, and I can't do anything.
Because people don't want to believe it so bad that they'll make up a whole narrative for them, rather than...
I don't really know what these circles are for either. I don't understand, like, what's...
People could be capable of doing this. If you would have looked at Trinity's website, or seen pictures of me there, you would have thought nothing was wrong, and we all know that was not the case.
That's a kid crying.
Something horrible happened to her this day. She is wearing the same tracksuit as she is in this video. And a man is trying to lift her up, and she won't uncover her face. She's got a cast on. So Toki's mother took her to the shelter and didn't want to surrender her there, so wanted to live at the shelter with her. Then the shelter was investigated in February of last year and then raided on October. All the other children were removed, but since the mother was with Totu, she remained in this household. They needed more money after the police took all their other kids away, and so they started doing these TikToks of Totu, and that's how this all started.
So you have a situation of some kind of an orphanage that lets you stay with your kid in there. And so it got raided for some kind of issue, I'm assuming, of what she says it's some kind of an abuse claim issue. So they took all the other kids away and moved them, but because the mom was there, they kept her there. Okay, and then she made TikToks to beg for money. Okay.
Then it was revealed that Totu's mother hasn't been there for 11 months. So that's when they started saying she was adopted into a new loving family, which was just the shelter's owner's family. The video of the woman with the Totu.
Okay, so they adopted her because of that. Okay.
Pinching her, that's her mother.
Pinching her where? Who's pinching her?
The woman with the Totu on her lap, pinching her, that's her mother. Complaining about the police attention that they were getting at the shelter and how everything was fine. And this woman is the shelter owner who currently has her. Part of the problem was the shelter's owner is the daughter of a high-ranking official in the government.
How do you know that? How do you know that? Okay.
Very angry about this. Many people have contacted the authorities.
I mean, Hassan is from Turkey, so I imagine it's a terrible country. I'm just kidding. No, but how do you know any of them? I can't even find the article because they're in Turkish. You should have to link these articles and then...
Get them to do something and...
See, it's like terrible because I don't even know... Investigation, according to my information, it was just ongoing every day. Their applications regarding the behavior and attitude of ability. I don't know, because I also don't know what being under investigation means, because like I know in like America, like I know a little bit of some of the systems, like my wife's a behavioral specialist for adults with intellectual developmental disabilities, And like, you know, there could be different investigations based on like different parameters. It doesn't necessarily mean that the whole place is abusive, but there can be individual cases of abuse. What abuse is considered is like very bizarre. It's really dependent on the country. Like in America, in in a group home, it was considered abuse if you put your hand on somebody's shoulder, like one of the working there or not working there, like living there, and you say we have to go, like we're going into another room. Like that's, and I don't know how the standards of Turkey, how high those are. Like there's a lot of different things. I'm not trying to downplay it, but like this is kind of a fucking mess. Like raising your voice too loud in these homes is abusive. You know, and not the Turkish one. I mean, I don't know, but in like these homes, the group homes where my wife works at. So like I don't know what's happening. You know.
It's an ongoing investigation.
It's also possible that this place is fucking abysmal dog shit, like you're saying, but this woman's just doing a terrible job at showing it to us.
They turned off all their comments on all their social media accounts after my video blew up.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's nothing to do with whether you're right or wrong. It has everything to do with the fact that they're just getting a bunch of people saying things on the video. You can be completely wrong, and which would be that you're harassing them, basically. And they can just be doing that just to limit it, or they could be in the wrong. I mean, like, you know, it depends.
But they're still doing these weird lives, and like it's a shelter that they're really
Also, her hair's being ripped out. Where like she
corners. We're gonna eat a lot of snacks together.
Like behavioral problems, different issues. I really have no idea.
There are Totu and the shelter's owner, her daughter is there, and they're both always looking at the woman, looking for directions, dancing like circus performers. So they will be online.
And that's possible too. They might be looking for money. A lot of people do it on TikTok, like bait for money, which is not good. But if all it is making her dance on TikTok and stuff, I'm not like, I don't really care that much. You know, like those videos, like those Syrian refugees who are like, oh, please give us money, my kid's dying, and then like a fucking tube up to their kid that's like directly that they're not actually dying for money. I don't know. There's just so much that we don't know.
For hours, looking exhausted, falling asleep, dancing to get video gifts, live gifts. Reporters trying to interview the shelter owners and then refusing to open the door. The children who were removed from
How do I know that? There's a woman knocking on a door. How do I know that's her thing?
their shelter in October during the raid are the ones who had said that they moved from that, were removed.
There's so much crazy stuff.
From their shelter in October during the raid are the ones who had said that they were beaten, their hair was burned off, all this other stuff. Also, it's a privately owned shelter, it's not a government entity. The good news is, since that TikTok of mine blew up,
I'm looking at their things.
I put out this, there has been worldwide pressure on the Azerbaijan police to investigate this.
Okay, now you're just tripping yourself up. Hold on a second.
There has been this other stuff. Also, it's a privately owned shelter, it's not a government entity. The good news is, since that TikTok of mine blew up about this, there has been worldwide pressure on the Azerbaijan police to...
And just like, one of the problems that I have with this content creator is that they're jerking themselves off pretty hard. You know, I don't know. You know, this stuff could be true. There's literally not, she's showing us clips, and I don't trust her as a person. She's a nobody, like, with no credibility. I'm not trying to be rude. That got a video that blew up, and it's possible, I'm not saying this is what's happening, but it's possible that she got a video to blow up because she watched a video, and, like, she's like, oh, this made me uncomfortable, so I'm going to create this narrative, and I don't even know how the fuck she found these Turkish articles, like, whatever. And then she got a lot of views on it, because she got a lot of views on her first video about it, and so she just makes her channel all about this topic, and now in order for her to continuously get views, she has to sensationalize it. These things are possible, and content creators absolutely do shit like that. I don't know if that's true, I'm just saying.
Investigate this, and they have a...
Saying that worldwide else. Okay.
Tell me this shit doesn't fucking work the way.
What? What if you do video? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Posted by Ryder. The shelter's owner's son. Notice how he only put music over the first clip to drown out screams. Oh, it could be her crying or somebody else. That doesn't mean that they're getting abused. Kids cry sometimes. Sorry, should have been ringing there. Same outfit, what day is this video? How do you know it's the same day? She always has marks on her face. She looks like she's eating a messy eater. What? Does she? I'm not speaking on it. I don't see marks on her face. Maybe. I know it's. Oh, here? Oh, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Trained like a circus performer to get donations from TikTok. Do not donate. Oh, okay.
I cannot believe she has more hair. And look at the security cameras.
Where is she?
And it's clearly been like cut.
Oh, maybe here.
That you can see it didn't fall out.
How do you know the difference?
2 days ago, she looked like this.
Well, somebody said she had alopecia, so that's possible. Doesn't that mean that her hair is coming out? It's also possible that she's ripping it around herself because she's a behavioral problem. I don't know if it's an alopecia thing that was just I don't really if you're ripping your hair out, you can see like matches blood. I think it's eczema, maybe. Oh, that makes sense. I think kids get eczema usually ground it. By the way, sugar free. Style.
Posting this trend.
What's gonna happen? Maybe I'm just wrong.
To make it look like she's having a great time, but something's wrong. I think she was up on this part.
I don't know what I'm watching. Where she gets abused. This person was abused, ABUSDE, and lives in a orphanage. Maybe. Then she gets adopted and lives a happy life. Okay.
Well, I mean, this is the truth. This is what really happened. You want to know who adopted her? The owners of the orphanage that abused her.
Yeah, you said that. I literally can't look this up because it's in fucking Turkish, and I don't know how to speak that language. So. I mean, it's possible that this is all real, and she's just doing a terrible job of communicating it, but it makes it so difficult because there's no way for me to find, because she's Google translating everything, and I have no fucking idea how to find these. I don't know. That's all this on.
She is owner of House of Love Shelter. She just was arrested for horrific child abuse. Allegations by former orphans include beatings, starving, forcing them to eat trash, burning their hair, medicating them, locking them in the shower for days. Lots of horrible things. Here's a video that Toki's new mother posted of her orphans, little boys that she forced to dress up as girls and sing to get more donations. She has a history of doing this and also faking medical conditions. This woman is a horrible fucking person, and so that's why I showed all the receipts. Everybody has been saying I don't have. Toto's also always with random men alone, and I'm gonna go into why I think there's sex trafficking going on in part 2, huge trigger warning. But that's why I'm talking about this, because these videos are harmful. That video has 3 million likes, and that got thousands of donations right into these people's pockets. Toto is their old loose now, and
Population League super chatted $5. Here is some money so you can take a Turkish class.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
They posted it on TikTok, and the more fucked up it looks, the more views they get. So that's why I think they're doing this on purpose. The human rights activist who brought all this to light was blackmailed, slandered, and threatened by the shelter for speaking out about it, but there is now, the investigation has wrapped up and court proceedings are beginning, so hopefully they'll fucking do something, but she's got connects. Here's the fucking clown everybody's been donating to for Toru's medical conditions. He's been traveling, flexing on everybody, going boating, buying cars, doing whatever. He thinks he's
hanging out with his bullet, looks like.
Elon Musk, okay? One of them is the son of the shelter owner, but the other guy is just like a vlogger. I don't know if he bought her. Something's going on, and it's disgusting. Huge trigger warning, making this almost made me barf. That's not fucking normal.
Wait, what's not normal about that? Sorry, what's not normal about this?
Barf. That's not fucking normal.
Can somebody just explain what is normal about this? I found the website she's talking about. I translated it. I just don't know how to find the article now.
Why are you doing that? What is...
Sorry, I should focus on that.
Why are you doing that?
I'm kissing the mayor.
Why are you doing that? What is... You can just sense it. It's the slow.
I don't know. He's saying that we can just sense it works. Those sex predators. Probably not. Best body weapons. Okay.
Right here for me. Like, who are you? What are you? Why?
Oh, fuck my mom. I didn't mean to press the button.
Here's the...
But wait, isn't he like the son of the fucking owner or something? Like he's just kissing the girl to be like on her head? Don't people just do that? Like, is that really... I'm really gonna tell you that's like a sign of some kind of predatorization. I don't know if it's masturbation though.
Guys are... This shit.
I don't know, man. Look at her butt. I don't know, man.
He's a fucking clown. Everybody's been... He loved it so much he may not change the speed. Did you see him almost like put his hand somewhere else right here for me? Like, who are you? Why? Stop. Did you see him almost like put his hand somewhere else?
Oh, of course. You almost raped her live on the live stream, right? Come on. I don't know, man. Maybe, but I don't know.
With this one. You gotta be kidding me.
With what?
I did not change the speed. He did slow-mo right here.
I don't understand what you're saying. She's slow-moing a picture of the girl.
He loved it so much he made a fucking billboard of it. A billboard. You know what that is? A sausage.
What?
Is this an advertisement? I can't.
It's an advertisement of a baby eating, no?
This one will literally say, thank you for your donations, and then post this.
Yeah, he might be a scumbag that uses the money for bad things. Or maybe he's just rich and doesn't take the money. Okay. Toto's mom is the same woman who did this. What'd she do?
Thanks for checking out my streams today, if you did. I'm going to be ending it here pretty soon, but we did work on that house a little bit, so that's good. But for now, we're just going to farm for a little bit.
Oh, that's sad. the only person that looks like they might be a boy dressed as a girl. What if it's just a girl? I don't. Then these children are not happy. It's all for show. I mean, if they're in an orphanage, they probably are overall less happy if they're in a foster home. This is usually where it has to be. Okay, she's eating a whole. It sounds dangerous to eat that chicken wing as a kid, but okay. Left shoulder. Look at her left shoulder. There's a string of armor. They're abusing her. What? I truly don't understand what the fuck is happening. Where's the string? It's just an audio. I don't see a string. Okay. What the fuck you doing? What the fuck? Oh, he's just kissing the girl. Like it's his daughter? Okay. What the fuck he did? No the fuck. No the fuck he did not! No! Because she kissed the baby's fingers, that means that she's raping the child as well. Okay, I get it. Everything's rape now. Listen, there might be a level of truth to the abuse here, but this woman is a fucking psychopath. I can't find the core article because it's in fucking Turkish.
2 hours ago, some random guys on Instagram
Okay.
flew from Istanbul to the shelter just to see Toku.
Well, she seems to be some kind of like fucking icon at this point, where she's a very popular person over there. She's on billboards, so maybe that's what it has to do with. I don't know.
She's alone with 3 men. Then later,
So, like, do you think that like every man that exists is trying to fucking rape this kid? Like, I'm so confused why you keep talking about how like all these men that exist. You're reaching, even if you're right about her shit. I don't think that this is insane.
then they're dancing. Look at the mom socks. Everybody's been saying panda eyes, pandas, you know what thing. This is blatant sex toys and like targeting interfaces. Someone also told me, I didn't have the heart to look, but people have told me that Todu has been found on the dark web. Don't look. At this point,
You're saying people told you that they've been found in the dark web? I mean, I personally wouldn't try to verify that, but like, unless you do, you can't. You're just saying a thing at this point. You can't just say that somebody found it. That's not how this works. You have to do more than say somebody told me that they're on the fucking dark web. I don't know if it is true. Somebody told me. Okay.
we need to get creative. Okay, does anybody have any like mafia, uncle, like gang
Yeah. Let's nuke the place. Just fuck them up.
friends? I think we need a shitload of money. We need someone who has like a private jet. I think we just have to buy her. I think we have to
We need to buy her so that we can do the inappropriate things to her. What are you talking about? We need a kind of mafia uncle so we can buy this girl. Jesus Christ, you're literally like you're fucking trying to plot actual fucking like trafficking of a child at this point. This is insane.
I don't know what else to do.
Stop talking about it, I guess, because you're not helping at this point.
There's kids at the orphanage again. It's open back up. These kids are terrified. Look how skinny that baby is. And all in the back.
They don't really look that skinny.
There are
And why is it that why is it that like not all of them are skinny? Wouldn't all of them be skinny?
girls whose heads are shaven. These are old men.
Who cares? I don't know. It's a cultural thing. I don't give a fuck. Like, listen, it's totally possible that something's going on because obviously they're not going to show any abuse in their own videos. But like, this woman is reaching so hard. Like, it's at a point where she wants a narrative to exist, so now everything that she sees is perceived through that narrative. The girls have shaved heads. They're getting molested. It's like, what the fuck, man? Chill out. Okay? The worst part about it is they're giving them Happy Meals. That's abuse, okay? You shouldn't get kids addicted to fast food.
Forcing them to make people donate to them because she's acting like she needs money for food and for rent when there's no kids there. I don't think there is anyone.
There's fucking like 10 kids here. What do we, okay.
It's just Toto and the daughter. And Toto looks way younger with her hair.
Well, I get you're saying it's older?
Yep, I just found this same video on her profile from April.
Oh, okay. Why does this matter, though? That it's an old video? I'm confused. Why does it matter that it's an old video?
Are terrified.
Why? Okay. Alright, so now we got a video of them awkwardly filmed while they're eating. Okay. So they at least got a nice TV. They're eating elk soup.
She's just posting the old photos right now because she's getting a ton of attention online. Because right after those pictures, there's her bank account information, so you can give her money.
Okay, maybe. And there's kids. When Toto was born, since he was 1.1 kilograms with the birth defects such as epilepsy, myopathy, he has severe epileptics. He is in intensive care for 16 days in the last epilepsy attack for 2 hours. He needs regular treatment. He has a birth defect on his arm. One of his legs is shorter than the other. The child needs constant treatment to go to rehab. Blah, 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 blah. And maybe all that's true. Maybe it's a lie. I have nothing.
Epilepsy. She's got all these problems. Then why is she always seeing random men? Why do you make her dance for hours and hours and hours in live? Why is she terrified of you?
I don't know. I'd make my kid dance too, so that they would fucking go to sleep at night, because kids don't sleep. They're annoying. I don't know. Maybe she's just trying to make the kid fucking get tired, honestly. Oh, I can't do that, because me putting on chapstick now is some kind of sexual thing to this content creator. She's gonna watch this and think that I'm fucking molesting the chapstick and then put it on my mouth.
Alrighty, guys. That's going to be the stream for now. Hope you had a good one, and I'll be back later with more content. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the texture pack. I think it's the closest I'll ever get to anything like shaders or something like that, unless I can find them and download them on the PS4 somehow. But other than that, I think it's a great step up from the original look of the game, and I think it does enhance the experience a little bit, which is, you know, what the texture pack was going for. And I bought it for $5.99, and I think it was a pretty fair price. So if you're looking for something to make Minecraft a little bit more interesting, I think something like this texture pack will do it. But for now, I'm going to head over to my friend's house just to check up on it and see how it's doing before I say goodbye to everybody. Alrighty. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and good luck in life. Alrighty. See you all later.